Welcome to another episode of PC Building Simulator. So today, on Tuesday, it is 9 days until Christmas. 9. Are you ready? Are you excited? I'm pretty excited. I enjoy Christmas. It's also my birthday. Yep, birthday is on a Christmas day. Lucky me, I guess, sort of. So, when you're enjoying Christmas, remember that it's my birthday and send me something nice. I'm just kidding. Anyway, let's get in to our email and see what we have going on. This first email says, "Hi, so I need a new PC. I need it to benchmark at least 11 to 25. Can you do that? Saw the CPU can run as fast as 5151 megahertz, while my GPU to run at 2108 megahertz. I worry about used parts. ASAP, please. It's urgent." All right. Lots of information. You'd think he would just tell us exactly what he wants in his PC since he seems to know everything that he wants done, but that's cool. We'll figure it out. Let's go ahead and accept that one. This next one requires 5 stars. Even though it looks like we're there, I think there's just a little piece. I'm not quite there yet. Let's do this one. It says, "Hello, build me a PC. I need a new rig. I'm looking forward to playing Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft. Like it to be done in 6 days. Don't try and pass off any used parts. I want all new stuff. EVGA components are meant to be the bomb." All right, 2,500 bucks. Pretty sure we can make that happen. Let's accept that one. Let's do this repair here. It says, "Hi, I need some repairs. Can you diagnose what's wrong with it? I kicked the PC by accident, of course. Is the motherboard broken? Can you get that done in 8 days? I think I might have visited one too many dodgy sites. My brother has Gigabyte in his PC. He says they are the best. That must have really hurt, kicking the PC hard enough to possibly break the motherboard. Man. All right, let's accept that one. All right, so for this first one, I'm going to step away as usual. I'll get something put together in the shopping cart, and as soon as I have it, I'll be right back. All right, so for this first build, he had a pretty large budget, so we're going to go with the Asus TUF Z370 gaming motherboard, an 8086K, two sticks of G-Skill Trident Z8 gig, 4000 megahertz, 2 Zotac GTX 1070 minis, 650 watt power supply, 960 gig M.2 drive. We're going to put it in the InWin 303 MSI Dragon Edition. We're also going to custom water cool his CPU. So we're going to go with the Alpha Cool block, an EK reservoir, and I've actually already got a EK 360 mil radiator. I've got 2 of them in my inventory, so I think one's used, but we're going to use the new one that I have. So we're going to custom water cool that. For this next build, let's see, it's for Hearthstone Heroes of Warcraft. Let's take a look at what it takes to run that. Heroes of Warcraft. Pretty sure it was a recommended spec. Yep. So a Ryzen 5 1400 and a GTX 960. So I'm pretty sure we will do better than that. I'm going to step away, get that build put together, and be right back. All right, so for this next build for Hearthstone, they want as much EVGA stuff as they can get, so we're going to give them the EVGA Z370 for the win motherboard, an 8700K, an EVGA CLC 280 liquid cooler, 4 sticks of Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM, 8 gig 3200 megahertz, an EVGA GTX 1070, an EVGA Supernova, a 550 watt power supply. We're going to put that in an EVGA DG-87 full tower case, and we're going to get another one of these ADATA M.2 drives for their storage. So let's go ahead and buy that. Let's go over here to our water cooling shop And we will buy that. We can go end our day. We'll get in the repair, as well as all of our parts. We can get to work. All right. Must have gotten something from PC Bay. There's some extra stuff here. What is this? An empty case. All right. Let's throw that in the cabinet. Get this a repair. Let's get these cases put up on benches as well. This huge EVGA case. Let's see. I believe this one goes with the EVGA case, which means this one goes with the in-win. Okay. So, they kicked this. I think they broke their motherboard. Let's pull this case apart a little bit. Let's see if it powers. Absolutely nothing. Let's get rid of these cables. For fun, let's check the power supply. Nothing wrong with that. Get that screwed back in. Unplug everything from the motherboard. Because in this game, usually if they say they think they broke something, that means they did break it. So let's just pull everything off this motherboard. Take a look and see if it actually is the motherboard. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let's take a look. Broken motherboard, Gigabyte X399. Did they break anything else? Is their processor broken? Nope, processor's good. Cooler's good. Their RAM's good. Graphics card. So, let's go order them a motherboard. Let's see here. X399. Oh, we got a bunch of emails. So their budget's $600. Feel like something else should be broken. Should we go check their storage drives? Let's take a look. See if they've got any broken storage drive. No, everything looks good. Let's put those back on. All right. So let's just order. Do same day delivery. Buy it now. We can get this put back together. Get rid of that broken one. Let the auto standoff tool do some work. All right. They had one stick of RAM. You'd think if you're going to build a computer as expensive, something running a Threadripper, you should be able to afford more than one stick of RAM for it. One 8 gig stick of RAM. All right. Let's get their CPU cooler back on. And we'll get their graphics card back in. So cable this thing up with the purple cables they had. Not pink. I don't think it was pink. Were they pink? Or were they purple? Oh, they might have been pink. Oops. Let's see. I mean, that sort of looks like it. I don't really remember. They're getting pink. Looks close enough. Alright. Let's power this thing on. I want to hop into the BIOS. I'm going to turn their XMP on. Make sure this is booting from the SSD, hopefully. No OS. Really? So they don't boot from the SSD. Well, let's... I don't know if I want to change that. That's stupid. I don't know if I want to change it. Oh, there we go. Got an SSD, and they're booting off of a hard drive. Alright. Let's put our virus scanner on. They didn't ask us to fix their boot order, so I'm not going to mess with it. We'll let this thing slowly restart so we can check it for viruses. Good lord, 454 infected files. All cleaned up. Let's get the side panels put back on this thing. I don't know why I put that one on first. Guess it doesn't really matter, does it? And this, whatever, what is this? This handle? That doesn't look like a handle. That just looks like something that helps hold that corner on. I don't know. Whatever they want to call it, it's going out in the hall. Let's get that thing out of here. Let's get to work on this build. Get started here. Let's hop into the custom water cooling section. Man, I've got two brand new 360 mil radiators. I thought I only had one. I thought one was used. Let's get that thing installed in here. Let's grab our motherboard, which is this Asus Tough gaming motherboard. Let's get it ready for the CPU and the RAM. Let's see, it is getting an 8086. And 2 sticks of Trident Z. There it is, the silver. Let's do that. We don't have to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the list. Let's go ahead and put thermal paste. And let's hop over here and grab our CPU block, which is the Alpha Cool. Maybe. There we go. We get that screwed down. This thing, I think I'm putting two GPUs in here. I don't even know if I checked to make sure this motherboard will support 2. I guess we'll find out here in just a moment. Oh, good, it does. Okay. Let's get our storage in here. And we'll go ahead and get our reservoir mounted. Mounts up here to the front. Let's get our power supply installed. It's the 650 watt Okay. I think we're just about there. Let's cable this up. I'm going to use... See if this orange kind of matches the motherboard. It does. Let's use that. Get everything cabled. I think that's good. Let's get this thing plumbed in. Let's see, how do we want to run this? Do that. Oh, it's not happy about that. Let's go. Let's get rid of that. Let's use rigid tubing. That way we can move that out of the way. Let's connect that to there. And we'll connect that back up there. I don't know if I really like the way that looks. I don't know if I like the way that looks all that much either. Alright. Let's get some coolant in. Do we have orange coolant? We do. Opaque. Or orange clear. All the orange. Red flecked. Guess let's go with opaque. That's like a completely different color from that. Oh, that looks terrible. Maybe we'll try yellow? Let's remove that. That's awful. That doesn't match. Trying to make something look nice here. Let's see. That doesn't really match either. Can I remove it before it even... No. Have to let it run all the way through. I don't know. That looks better than the tangerine orange did. We'll leave it. We will leave it. Let's get a USB drive in. And before I even start, I'm going to go ahead, get these side panels put on, because as soon as I run 3D Mark tests and then put the side panels on, it resets and I have to start all over again. So, don't really care to do that. Let's hop in here. Let's overclock this CPU to 5151. Let's see if this will run at 3232 at 1.35 volts. It ought to run higher than that, actually, because it's 4,000 megahertz RAM. So let's crank this up. Let's see, 4040. Let's run it a little low. Let's do that. Let's let the OS install. Let's get 3D Mark on here. Let's get... What else am I looking for? GPU tuner on here. Let's get OCCT on here. Do we need to do anything with lighting? It already looks pretty terrible. Let's just leave the lighting alone. Don't have coolant to match the cables that kind of annoys me. Let's run OCCT. Let's see if our 8086K is stable at 5151 megahertz, which hopefully it will be. Looks like it's running nice and cool. Staying right around 80C, so I think we're good on that. So that's done. Let's overclock this GPU. We'll just take that all the way up. I think they wanted 21... What was it? 2108. 2108. Alright, I'm going to run 3D Mark. If it blue screens, or if we get a score, a valid score, which hopefully is over the 11,200 and something they wanted, I will come right back. Alright, so there's our blue screen. Let's power cycle this. It may be from the RAM. Well, let's go back over here. Let's turn this down. This is 4,000 megahertz. It should be easily able to run at 3232. Let's apply that. Could be the GPUs. Alright, I'm going to run a 3D Mark again. We'll see what happens. As soon as I get something, I will come right back. Alright, so we blue screened again. Let me step away. Let me see if I can figure out why this keeps blue screening, and I will be back as soon as I have a solution. Alright, so I've been trying all kinds of stuff to get this to work. I've put in a different power supply thinking that possibly the 650 watt wasn't enough, so it's got a 1100 watt power supply in there now. Here's the deal though. So this is kind of my test bench that I use. I don't really care what color I'm putting on here, but this is literally the same computer, same two graphics cards, same 8086K, same motherboard, same amount of RAM. Is just in single channel, a 116 gig stick instead of two 8 gig sticks. And it's got a 1200 watt power supply. But this just runs through without a problem, overclocked to the same settings as this one. So is it, I mean, I haven't really looked into this game that much when it comes to things like Silicon Lottery. I mean, is that a thing in the game? Like, should I just grab these two graphics cards, stick them in here, and see if that fixes the problem? Maybe. I mean, can't hurt, right? So I think one of these is used though, is the only problem. Oops. Back out of there. Well, let's go down here. Yeah, one of them is used. But let's see. Let's see if it fixes the issue. Because if not, I'm not really sure what would be causing it. I mean, if the same exact PC, just in a different case, finishes and works, why this one won't. And it's the display driver. It says it's crashing, so let's just see. Let's see if this game has a Silicon Lottery of some sort. I'm gonna run 3D Mark, and if it blue screens, which it may do, I will come right back. Well, there you have it. So I guess Silicon Lottery is a thing in this game, because these two exact same cards just passed. So, I guess this person's getting a used card whether they like it or not. I just realized this thing, I didn't put the stupid side panel on, so I'm going to have to run 3D Mark again. I think. Let's try turning it off and putting this. Yep. Alright. I'm going to run 3D Mark again. I'll be back as soon as it's done. We'll get this stupid thing out in the hallway, off our workbench, and be done with this build. And we'll move on to the next one as soon as 3D Mark's done. Alright. So there we are, our passing score. We're probably going to lose some stars because there is a used graphics card in there, but at least we got the overclock the customer wanted. Let's get this case taken apart. Man, that was frustrating. I had no clue that the Silicon Lottery was a thing in this game. Really didn't. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind from now on when people are looking for overclocks, that I may have to purchase a few graphics cards or CPUs or whatever to hit the overclock they're wanting to hit. Let's get this thing put together. I'm going to put the 8700K in here. Let's get our 4 sticks of RAM. The Corsair Vengeance. Luckily, this build should be pretty easy. We just pretty much have to put it together and it has to boot. Alright. Let's get some thermal paste on there. Let's snatch the top of this thing off. See if the cooler will fit without having to remove that fan. Oh, it will. Excellent. This case is huge. Okay. Let's get their storage drive in. And we'll get the graphics card. Not the Zotac, this GeForce GTX from EVGA. We'll get that installed. Let's get their power supply. Let's see, I believe it's this, a 550 watt. Nope. Let's get the first PSU mount on. Oh my gosh. Stop plugging yourself in. Let's get the second PSU mount on. Now you can plug in. Goodness me. Alright, let's get this thing cabled up. Let's use some white cables. There's a lot of dark in this case. Blacks and grays. Something to lighten it up a little bit. Get everything plugged in. I don't know if I'd like this case, being that you have to open a door just to plug things in. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about that. Let's power this on. We'll hop into the BIOS. Make sure our XMP's on. And we will let the OS install. Which should be good. Colors aren't too awfully bad. Let's close this back door. Let's get the side panel. And we got to put this top panel back on. This is the beauty panel. Get that on. We can get this side panel on. I don't mind those colors that much. We're going to leave it like that. Let's get this thing out in the hall. This episode has gone on way longer I've been recording for almost an hour now because of that Silicon lottery issue. And I'm running out of time. So let's collect. Yeah. Well, you got used ones because of this game. That's all I can say. Let's collect that one. And we'll collect our repair. It's all good. Let's see. Got some daily deals. Let's pay our rent. Okay, we got some new emails, which we will get to in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, though, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. Excuse me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next episode.